Welcome students. Till now you have learned how to work with text files in Python and how to operate over them for several tasks. Now in this video you are going to learn how to work with binary files in Python. Okay, so let's start. As you know that we are going to work with binary files, so let us first see what a binary file is. A binary file is a file that stores information in the same format as it is held in memory. And there is no delimiter for a line in such files. And since there are no delimiters, therefore no translations need to occur in such binary files. Clear? Binary files are faster and easier for a program to read and write as compared to text files because, first of all, it stores the data in the same format as it is held in memory, and secondly, there are no delimiters in such file, because of which there are certain translations that need to take place, and that is why these binary files are faster and very easier to work with. Clear? Now the next point is that although you have a number of extensions that you can use while storing any binary file, but the most preferred one is .dat. And remember that this .dat is just a preferred extension, not a rule. Just like in case of your Python files, the mandatory extension is .py, but here there is no mandatory extension, only the preferred one is .dat. Otherwise you can use any of the extensions for storing such a file. For example, .abc, .xyz, whatever you want, but the preferred one is .dat. Now, working with binary files, first of all, children, you must know what kind of data we store inside a binary file. Binary files are generally used to store non-simple objects like object of a list or a tuple or dictionary or nested list, etc. Okay. Now, as you know that these non-simple objects have a particular hierarchy or a structure associated with them, and therefore it is important that when you are storing such objects in binary file, you have to store it in such a way that their structure or hierarchy remains maintained. Okay, and for this purpose objects often need to be serialized and then stored in binary files. Now what is the meaning of this word serialization? Serialization is also called pickling. Pickling is the process of converting an object into a byte stream so that it can be written into the file. See, as you know that data on a binary file is written in machine language. Okay, that is in bytes form. Right, so that is why these objects need to be first converted from their original form into a byte stream, and then they are written on a binary file. So this process of converting an object into a byte stream is called serialization or pickling. Clear? And this process ensures that the structure or the hierarchy of the object that it is serializing is maintained while writing into the file. Clear? Now what is deserialization or unpickling? Unpickling is the process of converting a byte stream into its original object. Okay, so you can say that unpickling is the reverse process of pickling, where a byte stream is converted back into the original object. So we unpickle an object whenever we have to read data from the file, and we pickle an object whenever we have to write data on the file. Clear? Because system will understand machine language and we will understand our language. So whenever data is being written on the file, it is written in machine language, and whenever data is being read from the file, it is converted in its original form so that we may understand it. Okay, so this is the meaning of serialization and deserialization, which are also called pickling and unpickling. Now, children, whenever you have to perform these read and write operations on binary files, you need to make use of a module of Python library called pickle module, and we will import this pickle module in our programs while performing read and write operations in binary file, because we are going to make use of certain functions which are present inside this module to perform such tasks. Okay, so whenever you need to work with binary files, you need to import pickle module in your program, for which you have to write the statement like import pickle. You know, whenever we have to make use of any of the modules of Python library, we need to import them in our program, and for that we make use of import statement. So in the same way, here also we are using import pickle. Now, what all functions we are going to use from this pickle module? The first one is dump function, which is used to write data onto a binary file. Now, right now I told you that objects are serialized or pickled while being written on the file. So this dump function is used to pickle a module so that it can be written on the binary file. Okay, and the second process I told you, unpickling. So that unpickling process is performed by load function of the pickle module, which is used to read data from a binary file and convert it in its original form so that we may understand it. Okay, so pickling is done with the help of dump function, and unpickling is done with the help of load function. Now, children, how to process a binary file? The process of processing a binary file is almost the same as you used to process a text file. Means, first of all, you have to import pickle module, because you are going to use the load and dump function of this module. So you have to import this module, and this work you were not doing in case of your text file, because there the data was stored in the same format as we understand. Okay, so here this extra step is there, that you have to import the pickle module if in case you are using load and dump function. Okay, then the next step is open the binary file in the required mode. You know that whenever you are opening a file, you have to specify the purpose for which you are opening that file. Whether you are opening it for writing, whether you are opening it for reading, whether you are opening it for appending new objects. Okay, so all these are specified with the help of modes. Okay, so that is why you have to make sure that you open the file in the required mode. Then next is process the file as required. Okay, now this means that whatever kind of operation you want to perform on the file, that you have to write after opening the file. And once you are done with all the operations that you have to perform on the file, you have to finally close the file. This is again an important step, because whenever you do not close the file, then there are certain problems that you face, and sometimes the data fails to get written on the file when you are opening it for writing purpose. So that is why always make sure that whenever you are done with all the operations on your binary file, simply close the file. Clear? Then the next thing is how to open a binary file. So now we are going to discuss each step in detail. So how to open a binary file means, opening a binary file means establishing a connection between .py file, means the file on which you are writing the program, and the required file on the disk, so that data transfer can take place between the two kinds of file. See children, here your interaction is between .py file upon which you are writing your program and a file which is stored on hard disk. Okay, so you have to first establish a connection between these two files so that you may interact, means you may get data transferred from .py file to your file on disk, or from your file on disk back to your py file. So that is why we need to first open the file, and then there are certain things that you need to remember while opening the file. First is that you have to specify which file you want to open. Okay, and second is for what purpose you want to open that file. Okay, so this is done with the help of open function in open function. Okay, so what all is required in the open function? First is file name, second is file mode. Now let us see what are the file modes. You know that the purpose of a file mode is to specify the purpose for which you are opening the file. Okay, so there are basically 6 type of modes whenever you are working with binary files, and we are going to discuss them in detail. One thing you must remember here children, that whenever you are opening any file which is a binary file, then in that case always with the file mode you have to specify the letter B, which will indicate to the system that you are going to work on a binary file. Because if you do not do so, then by default a file opens in text mode, and therefore you will be working on the text file, not on binary file. So remember, while specifying the file modes you have to write the letter B. So the first file mode is RB. As you know that R stands for reading, and therefore this particular file mode is used to read data from a binary file. Okay, so B indicates binary file. Then this is the default mode also. Means if you do not specify any mode, then RB will be the default mode which will come automatically. Okay, then what are the conditions of this mode? That the file must exist already, otherwise input output error is raised. Means if you are opening a file for reading, then that file should be pre-existing, otherwise you will get input output error exception. Clear? Next mode is WB mode, where W stands for writing and B stands for binary. So this mode is particularly used for writing data on a binary file. Now what all is there in this mode? First thing, that if the file is not existing, then the new file by this name, means the name which you have mentioned before file mode in the open function, then a new file of that name will get automatically created, and what will happen? It will be opened as a fresh file. But if the file is existing, then in that case the previous contents of that file will get erased, and again the file will open as a fresh file. Clear? Next is AB mode, where A stands for append and B stands for binary. Appending means adding some data at the end of the previous data. Therefore, in this mode, if the file exists, then the previous contents are retained. Okay, they are not truncated like it used to happen in case of WB mode. So if the file is existing, the contents are retained, but in case the file is not existing, then a new file gets created. Clear? So not existing, new file by the name you specified gets created. If existing, then the previous contents are retained and you are allowed to add new data at the end of the previous data. Then the next mode is RB plus or R plus B. You can write it whatever way you want, means you can write RB plus also and R plus B also. Whatever you write, this Mode means it is the reading as well as writing mode. Means you will be allowed to read as well as write with the help of this mode. But since reading is involved, so the file must exist already, otherwise input output error is raised. Means whenever you are opening the file for reading purpose, your file must exist. So here also, since reading is involved in this mode, so file must exist already. Then it is used for reading as well as writing data to a binary file. Next is WB plus or W plus B. Again you can write it in both of these ways. And what it means, since writing is involved, so writing means if your file is not existing, then a new file of this name will get created. Okay, and if the file is existing, then previous contents will get truncated. Right, this is what happens in case of write mode. Then you are allowed to read as well as write with the help of this mode on the binary file. Then the last one is AB plus or A plus B. Now this mode is involving append. Okay, so you are allowed to write data at the end of the previous data. So what happens here? If the file is not existing, the file gets created, new file gets created. But if the file is existing, previous contents are retained. Clear? And you are allowed to write, you are allowed to read as well as add new data at the end of the previous data. Clear? So all this was about the various file modes that you may use while opening a file for any purpose. And file name, I have already told you, that is the name that is the name of the file with which you want to connect and perform data transfer. Clear?